This game belongs to... Okay. Wer ist hier to move? Maus zu bewegen. Oh, wir sind... X is think. Is this me? Bin ich das? Ah, cool. Wir sind so ein kleines... Why do I need to be here? Was bin ich? Ich bin eine Katze? Was ist... Okay, was ist das? Press X near thought icons. Ah, okay, da hinten ist so, ist es da hinten so ein Gedankending? Also hier? Ja. You found me, finally. Ich habe schon so lange auf dich gewartet. Meine Gedanken haben dieses Ding-Icon. Okay, wir versuchen dich durch alles durchzuführen. Okay. War hier nicht irgendwo was? Okay, da hinten. Oh, da ist so eine Gedankenblase. Da auch. Alles singt. Singen ist die Art, sich zu kommunizieren. Okay. Also immer singen. Ah. Okay. Hier denkt jemand. You might sometimes feel a bit lost. Okay, nicht auf C drücken, das gibt es nur. Es kann hier sehr einsam sein, aber es ist nicht schwer, Freunde zu finden. Vor allem, wenn man ein Mammut ist. Okay. Ich weiß immer noch nicht, was diese Dinger hier sind, aber da hinten ist wieder was zum Erklären und was zum Denken. Wie weit zurück denkst du, dass Schneeleoparden gehen können? Okay. Ganz viele Generationen von Schneeleoparden gehen von dir. Hier sind Reflexionen in deinen Träumen. Are nearby, join them by pressing or holding V when close. Okay, ich kann... Will you join our snow leopards? Okay. Hat hier nicht irgendjemand noch was gedacht? Aber wo sind die Schneeleoparden? Da hinten? Ne, da ist eine Antilope. Der Schnee fühlt sich gut an. Ah, hier. Und der folgt mir jetzt? Der folgt mir jetzt. Jetzt sind wir 2 Schneeleoparden auf der Reise. Und wir sammeln mehr. Waren hier nicht gerade welche? Da ist noch einer. Komm mit uns. Ja, nice. Sehr cool. There you are. Es gibt keinen richtigen oder falschen Weg, den man hier nehmen, aber so wie du dir erkundest, merkst du, dass du deine eigene Richtung gehen, weil du nicht alles auf einmal kontrollieren kannst. Jetzt gerade zumindest nicht. Versuch ein paar Dinge loszulassen. Release some snow leopards by pressing or holding C. Okay, jetzt sind wir... Ja. Das heißt, wir sind jetzt nur noch... Okay, wir sind zu viert unterwegs. Ist voll okay. Gehen wir einfach mal weiter. Hallo Eisbär. As you keep moving in any direction you choose, that will take you where you need. Okay, solange wir uns bewegen, kommen wir irgendwie am Ziel an. Wir sahen gerade aus und hier sind Hütten. Sowas gibt es ja also tatsächlich auch. Menschen und so ein Kram. Also das Movement ist echt bescheuert. Aber an sich sieht das hier sau nice aus. Hallo Mammut. What do you make of all the small things around here? All the plants and little creatures, are they there for you or are you here for them? Everything could be here for each other because you can only see things from a snow leopard's perspective. But as I can only see from a woolly mammoth's perspective. You can always see things from a different point of view. Try it. Da will ich ja. Ah, something smaller than you. Okay, das heißt, so ein Pinguin. Gar kein Problem. Und jetzt sind wir ein Pinguin. Aber ich kann jetzt nicht wieder zurück zum... Bonding is quicker if you sing a few times. I am a penguin. Okay, und wir können ein kleines Bäumchen werden. Ja, erst, ja, machen wir gleich. Aber guck mal. It looks like you've seen things from a little thing's point of view. Ah, okay. Out of a few you find which one is the right one. Okay, und wir können auch Sachen, die ein bisschen größer sind. Oder? Ah, mit Rechtsklick können wir was Größeres. Ja, Ascent. In diese... If using a one-button mouse, you prefer to set enter mode easier. Okay. Your puppy, open flower. All this shall come to pass except for me. Okay, wir können was Größeres werden, aber was? Oh, wir sind wieder der Pinguin. Und wir können der Hirsch werden. So, wie kann ich nochmal? So. Wie groß können wir werden? Mal so gefragt. Können wir... Wir können Stein. Wir sind Stein. Ich bin ein Stein. Okay, können wir diese goldenen Dinger werden? Nö. Aber ich kann mich hier einfach bewegen, wie ich will. Okay. Fels. Okay, wir werden kein Fels. Können wir Baum werden? Ja, wir können Baum werden. Okay, wir können von dem Baum zu dem Baum wechseln, aber... Können wir zum See werden? Weil das ist nur ein Baum. Was wird uns sagen? Was der ist?
I find it a little difficult to say what the subject matter of this seminar is going to be, because it's too fundamental to give it a title. I'm going to talk about what there is. Now, the first thing, though, that we have to do is to get our perspectives with some background about the basic ideas which influence our everyday common sense, our fundamental notions about what life is about. Ideas of the world which are built into the very nature of the language we use and of our ideas of logic and of what makes sense altogether. And these basic ideas I call myth, not using the word myth to mean simply something untrue, but to use the word myth in a more powerful sense. A myth is an image, in terms of which we try to make sense of the world.
Okay. Ich sehe schon, hochphilosophisch das Ganze. Schaf. Ziege. Ja, cool. Diese goldenen Dinger hier können wir deswegen trotzdem nicht benutzen. Okay, wir sind eine Menge Steine. Wuhu. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Doch, der hier. Okay, aber war's das jetzt? Können wir größer werden? Okay, wir sind hier diese Stuntbein und so. Ah, wir bleiben in dieser Winterwelt, oder übersehe ich irgendwas? Hier ist ein Gedanke. For me to sleep the summer out and wait for the next round of home food to show up. Okay. Hier ist was. Eine Welt.
You, as a human being, you grow out of this physical universe in just exactly the same way that an apple grows off an apple tree. So let's say the tree which grows apples is a tree which apples, using apple as a verb. And a world in which human beings arrive is a world that peoples. And so the existence of people is symptomatic of the kind of universe we live in.
You're off on a great adventure. I wish I could join you.
Just as hair on a head is symptomatic of what's going on in the organism. But we have been brought up not to feel that we belong in the world. So our popular speech reflects it. We say, I came into this world. You didn't. You came out of it. We say, face facts. We talk about encounters with reality, as if it was a head-on meeting of completely alien agencies, and the average person has the sensation that he is a somewhat that exists inside a bag of skin, a center of consciousness, which looks out at this thing, and what the hell's it going to do to me? I recognize you. You kind of look like me, and I've seen myself in a mirror, and you look like you might be people. So maybe you're intelligent, maybe you can love too. And perhaps you're all right. Some of you are anyway. You've got the right color of skin, or you have the right religion, or whatever it is, you're okay. But there are all those people over in Asia, Africa, and they may not really be people. When you want to destroy someone, you always define them as unpeople.
Okay. Also an sich bin ich voll für solche philosophischen Debatten. Aber wir bewegen hier Steine. Und dann kommt hier mal eine Hütte oder so. Also ich verstehe gar nichts. Ich bin noch so ein bisschen dran herauszufinden, was gerade eigentlich das genaue Ziel ist. Zusätzlich habe ich, glaube ich, auf Twitch die Kategorie nicht zu Everything geändert. Okay. Dann haben wir es jetzt gemacht. Also ich möchte erstmal schauen. Wie groß können wir werden? Oh, okay. Wir sind eine Landfläche, ein Eiskontinent. Opened Landform. Und wir können auch weiter ascenden. Und sind jetzt ein Kontinent. Cool, da hinten war aber irgendwas, ne? Okay, ist nicht das gleiche wie wir. Was gibt's? Involves going out and attaining the self of others. Okay. Okay, wir sind ein Planet. Press A to dance. Okay, wir sind ein größerer Planet. A ringed sand planet. Okay, das nächstgrößere, was ich mir jetzt vorstellen könnte, wäre eine Sonne. Also ein Stern. Und jetzt Ascent. Wir sind ein Sonnensystem. Okay. Das hier ist auch ein Sonnensystem. Folgt er mir? Nein. Okay, das ist was anderes. Okay, können wir Neutronenstern. Okay, dann gehen wir mal zu dem Ding nach hinten hin. Wir werden zuerst eine Galaxie. Das hier scheint ja eine Galaxie zu sein. Eine Lenticular Galaxy. Another idea altogether.
We have this hostility to the external world because of the superstition, the myth, the absolutely unfounded theory that you yourself exist only inside your skin. Now, I want to propose another idea altogether. Billions of years ago, you were a Big Bang. Now you're a complicated human
Ich
being.
bin eine Feedback-Sphere.
But so we define ourselves as being only that. If you think that you are only inside your skin, you define yourself as one very complicated little curlicue, way out on the edge of that explosion, way out in space and way out in time.
Es geht noch weiter.
And then we cut ourselves off and don't feel that we're still the Big Bang. But you are. Depends how you define yourself.
Oh,
You are actually, if this is the way things started, if there was a Big Bang in the beginning, you're not something that is a result of the Big Bang.
Ah, okay.
You're not something that is a sort of
Und jetzt sind wir eine Bakterie.
on the end of the process. You are still the process. You are the Big Bang, the original force of the universe coming on as whoever you are. See, when I meet you, I see not just what you define yourself as, Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so. I see every one of you as the primordial energy of the universe coming on at me in this particular way. I know I'm that too. But we've learned to define ourselves as separate from it.
Und damit sind wir... Ah nein, das ist gar kein Stein, das ist doch ein Schmutzpartikel. Und sind wieder einfach nur ein Stück. Und dann sind wir wieder sowas. Okay, können wir schauen, dass wir möglichst viele Beeren jetzt haben oder so? Frage, die ich mir stelle, ist, gibt es jetzt hier noch besonders viel zu sehen? Das sind keine Eisbären. Okay. Da ist ein Gedanke. Da hinten ist wieder was.
what I would call a kind of a basic problem we've got to go through first, is to understand that there are no such things as things. That is to say, separate things. That is only a way of talking. If you can understand this, you're going to have no further problems.
Okay.
I once asked a group of high school children, what do you mean by a thing? And first of all, they gave me all sorts of synonyms. They said it's an object, which is simply another word for a thing. It doesn't tell you anything about what you mean by a thing. Finally, a very smart girl who was
This
in the
will
group
all make
said
sense,
a thing
don't
is a
give up.
noun.
Okay.
And she was quite right. A noun isn't a part of nature, it's a part of speech. There are no nouns in the physical world. There are no separate things in the physical world either. See, the physical world is wiggly. The clouds, mountains, trees, people are all wiggly. And only when human beings get working at things, they build buildings in straight lines and try and make out that the world isn't really wiggly. But here are we sitting in this room all built on straight lines, but each one of us is as wiggly as all get out.
Okay. Also was er versucht auszudrücken ist basically dadurch, dass wir vom Urknall alle abstammen und wir immer noch am Prozess des Werdens ist. Alles von uns ist alles miteinander verbunden. Was irgendwo richtig ist. Und irgendwie... Ha? Würde das heißen, dass alles auf der Welt ein ganz eigenes Bewusstsein hat. Da ist die Frage, ob wirklich ein Stein Bewusstsein hat. Keine Ahnung. Ja, okay. Also es müsste doch eigentlich bedeuten, dass wir uns mit diesen Dingen auch anfreunden können. Thoughts are the friction between things and other things. Thoughts would never exist if everything thought it was the same thing. As you go around listening to things, their thoughts will make impressions on your mind. When you go out and experience life, you will have your own thoughts. The things you've listened to and absorbed. Go thinking and go. Just try not to take it too seriously. When the eye is lit up, think by pressing X. Moving and you keep moving and then you keep moving. Was heißt, wenn es lit up ist? Kann ich nicht. Oder gibt mir das jetzt so Beispiele, was diese Sachen denken? Oh, ich will diesen Typ nicht wieder hören.
When you want to get control of something that wiggles, it's pretty difficult, isn't it? You try and pick up a fish in your hands, and the fish is wiggly and it slips out. What do you do to get hold of the fish? You use a net. And so the net is the basic thing we have for getting hold of the wiggly world. A net is something regular. And I can number the holes in a net. So many holes up, so many holes across. And if I can number these holes, I can count exactly where each wiggle is in terms of a hole in that net. But in order to do that, I've got to break up the wiggle into bits. I've got to call this a specific bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle, and this the next bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle. And so these bits
Wir sind
are
Neimer.
things which I mark out in order to talk about the wiggle, in order to measure it, and therefore in order to control it. But in nature, in fact, in the physical world, the wiggle isn't bitted. So the world doesn't come thing. You and I are all as much continuous with the physical universe as a wave is continuous with the ocean. The ocean waves, and the universe peoples. And as the wave, I wave at you and say, you. The world is waving at me with you and saying, hi, I'm here. But the way we feel and sense our existence, being based on a myth that we are made, that we are parts, that we are things, our consciousness has been influenced so that each one of us does not feel that. We feel we have been hypnotized, literally hypnotized, by social convention into feeling and sensing that we exist only inside our skins, that we are not the original bang, but just something out on the end of it. And therefore we are scared stiff. Because my wave is going to disappear, and I'm going to die, and that would be awful.
Ja. Können wir auf unseren Mond? Ich will eine Wolke, ich will eine Wolke werden. Okay, was haben wir hier? Zwergplanet? Zwergenstern? Mesoplanet. Wenn wir so ein Ringplanet sind, dann könnten wir doch eigentlich auch. Hier sind so Fragezeichen. Stift Eis.
You are a fluke. You are a separate event. And you run from the maternity ward to the crematorium, and that's it, baby. Now, why does anybody think that way? There's no reason to, because it isn't even scientific. It's just a myth. And it's invented by people who wanted to feel a certain way. They want to play a certain game. Camus said there is only really one serious philosophical question, which is whether or not to commit suicide. Should you or not commit suicide? This is a good question. Why go on? And you only go on if the game is worth the candle. Now, the universe has been going on for an incredible long time. And so, really, a satisfactory theory of the universe has to be one that's worth betting on. That's seems to me, absolutely elementary common sense. If you make a theory of the universe which isn't worth betting on, why bother? Just commit suicide. But if you want to go on playing the game, you've got to have an optimal theory for playing the game.
Ja. Ah, okay, es gibt... Ich bin eine Sphäre. Okay, da sind wieder diese Polyhedronen. So, das hatten wir ja schon. Und jetzt wieder weiter und wir sind wieder Mikrobenviech. Hydrogen. Ja. Ein Atömchen. Na, wenn wir kleiner werden, dann... Oh. Atomstruktur. Ein Polyhydron. Und diese Strukturen sind dann... Ah, jetzt sind wir Oxygen. Wir sind ein Stück Luft. Nein.
if there is any such thing at all as intelligence and love and beauty, well, you found it in other people. In other words, it exists in us as human beings. And as I said, if it is there in us, it is symptomatic of the scheme of things. We are as symptomatic of the scheme of things as the apples are symptomatic of the apple tree or the rose of the rose bush.
Wir können dadurch neue Sachen
The earth is not
erschaffen.
a big rock infested with living organisms, any more than your skeleton is bones infested with cells. The earth is geological, yes, but this geological entity grows people. And our existence on the earth is a symptom of the solar system and its balances, as much as the solar system in turn is a symptom of our galaxy. And our galaxy in its turn is a symptom of the whole company of galaxies. Goodness only knows what that's in.
Okay, was passiert, wenn wir das jetzt machen? Die ganze Zeit. Die kreisen umeinander rum, ja. Werden teilweise größer. Zumindest habe ich das Gefühl. Aber irgendwann entsteht doch auch was Neues daraus, oder? Wirkt zumindest so. Oh. Jetzt passiert was, oder? Können sich auch neu aufrichten, die Ruinen. Die Frage, die ich mir jetzt stelle, ist, können die tatsächlich was erschaffen? Oder können wir einfach nur mehr davon machen? Where around far back through time all landforms were the same thing. Something that spread into every landform everywhere. Something all landforms still share. Aha. Join with some things of the same category. Switch flock mode. Oh, und jetzt kann ich auch mit... Ah, cool. Und mit der Landmasse, die wir gemacht haben und so. Können wir jetzt tanzen. Und steht dann was Neues? City Continent. Okay, ich würde ganz... Ah, weil hier eine Stadt ist. Okay. Warte, und jetzt kann ich...
When, as a scientist, you describe the behavior of a living organism, you try to say what a person does. It's the only way in which you can describe what a person is. Describe what they do. Then you find out that in making this description, you cannot confine yourself to what happens inside the skin. In other words, you can't talk about a person walking unless you start describing the floor. Because when I walk, I don't just dangle my legs in empty space. I move in relationship to a room. And so in order to describe what I'm doing when I'm walking, I have to describe the room. I have to describe the territory. So in describing my talking at the moment, I can't describe this just as a thing in itself, because I'm talking to you. And so what I'm doing at the moment is not completely described unless your being here is described also. So if that is necessary, if in other words, in order to describe my behavior, I have to describe your behavior and the behavior of the environment, it means that we've really got one system of behavior. That what I am involves what you are. I don't know who I am unless I know who you are.
Ja, wir sind eine Wolke.
And you don't know who you are unless you know who I am. In other words, we are not separate. We define each other. We're all backs and fronts to each other. We and our environment, and all of us and each other are interdependent systems. We know who we are in terms of other people. We all lock together. And this is, again and again, the serious scientific description of how things happen. And any good scientist knows that what you call the external world is as much you as your own body.
Gut, ich meine schön und gut, ne? Aber was fangen wir jetzt damit an? können wir auch in der Stadt kleinere Dinge finden. Hey. Wir können ein Mülleimer werden. Gut, ich würde sagen, mein Ziel... Wir können sogar Müll werden. Aber wir sind ein Kaugummi. Und wir sind wieder... Was ist das? Phosphor? Pollen. Und das dürfte aber irgendeine Art von Bakterien sein. Ah, ein Pilz. Das hier ist so eine Art Alge oder so. Ah.
Your skin doesn't separate you from the world, it's a bridge through which the external world flows into you.
Amazing.
And you flow into it.
Amazing.
Just, for example, as a whirlpool in water. You could say, because you have a skin, you have a definite shape, you have a definite form. The whirlpool is a definite form, but no water stays put in it. The whirlpool is something the stream is doing. And exactly the same way, the whole universe is doing each one of us. And I see you today, and I recognize you tomorrow, just as I would recognize a whirlpool in a stream. I'd say, oh yes, I've seen that whirlpool before. It's just near so-and-so's house on the edge of the river. It's always there. So in the same way, when I meet you tomorrow, I recognize you. You're the same whirlpool you were yesterday. But you're moving. The whole world is moving through you. All the cosmic rays, all the food you're eating, the stream of steaks and milk and eggs and everything is just flowing right through you. When you're wiggling the same way, the world is wiggling, the stream is wiggling you. But the problem is, you see, we haven't been taught to feel that way. The myths underlying our culture and underlying our common sense have not taught us to feel identical with the universe, but only parts of it, only in it, only confronting it, aliens. And we are, I think, quite urgently in need of coming to feel that we are the eternal universe, each one of us. Otherwise, we're going to go out of our heads. We're going to commit suicide, collectively, courtesy of H-bombs. And, all right, supposing we do, well, that will be that, and it'll be life making experiments on other galaxies. Maybe they'll find a better game.
Ja. Was ich mich frage, ist, ob man hier groß genug werden könnte, um die Straße wieder zu was anderem zu machen, zu was Neuem.